She has a wonderful story to tell, and her focus and her practice helps people of all kinds, dealing with all sorts of physical, mental, life issues, whatever may come up through her modalities, which we're going to learn and hear more about, and the importance of potentially focusing on these things for your own personal lives or for others that you care most about. As we mentioned several times during the meeting, this is a networking group, and it's sometimes interesting to find yourself surrounded by people who are in professions that one might not think naturally suggest that networking would be a possible marketing tool. But as we know here in Chapter 1, people that are in all sorts of worlds and walks of life and take care of people are welcome in our chapter. And we look forward to helping as many people in as many professions, including yoga, meditation, breathing, and holistic health. Very, very, very critical to our members here. And I, again, look forward to presenting this wonderful person and one of our newest members to you. So with that, welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate these wonderful words and your presence. And and to see everyone here, to really get to know you more and to experience
wonderful. Well,
this interview.
You have a little bit of an accent. It's not a Brooklyn accent.
Not Australian.
So no, it's not. Well, but it could have been because you spent some time there. But I want to hear a little bit about your time in Poland, your upbringing, and what ultimately got you to come to New York and America to, reach your goals.
Thank you. So I am originally from Poland, from Krakow. I was born and raised there, and I'm the youngest of three siblings. I'm the youngest of four, and my siblings live in 3 different continents. And my family actually immigrated from Poland, and I was the last one to immigrate here. But my love for America, my American dream, was born when I watched Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Yes. I really wanted to be in New York. I also wanted to be on the screen. And I came here, but the journey wasn't easy because it took me 5 years to get even a visa to come to this country. So I actually traveled to different countries and lived in different countries and then obtained a visa from there to come to America. And because I didn't give up, it led me to become a citizen 3 years ago. But it was a 20-year journey. So that's how it started. Wow. That's how it got me here. And I actually came here for acting because, like I mentioned, I wanted to be on the screen. And so I graduated from the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute in New York.
A 20-year journey, and you're barely 20 years old. That's amazing. I know that you had a pretty significant event in your life that transitioned you away from acting and led you to what you're doing now. Do you want to talk a little bit about what was going on with you physically and personally?
Yes, actually there were many events, and they were scary, they were painful, but one of them was when I actually, during my life here, when I studied, I came here without knowing anyone, so it was really stressful to work and study, support myself. I ended up having a panic attack, and I felt like it was a heart attack. I walked myself to the hospital, and I say, I feel like I'm dying. I don't know what's wrong with me. I couldn't breathe. My heart was pumping. I felt like I was losing myself, and that actually led me to really find out more about what a panic attack is and why it happened to me. And it was because I was overwhelmed with stress, and I literally searched how to control panic attacks, how to calm myself. And so that led me to holistic education, to become a yoga teacher, to also become a certified holistic professional coach, so I could help others to deal with situations like this that were really really difficult at that point.
And how many years ago was this?
It was in 2013.
Oh, okay, so 12 years ago. And what other kind of formal training have you had? And the second part of that question is, beyond the formal training, what sort of approach have you come up with just through experience that you help your clients with in terms of finding this balance, this healing, this process that you so deeply believe in?
So because I was traveling and I lived in different countries, I studied sport and fitness in Australia. So I literally learned a lot about fitness and really how to take care of your physical body. But then, I came here for acting, and I finished iPEC, the Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching. And I also became a certified yoga teacher at Yogi Hari's Ashram. That's where I learned how to chant, how to breathe, how to meditate, and to really use all these tools to, in my own practice and for my clients. And I think what I find significant in my journey and how I can really help a client, it's because I experienced that on myself. So I really know that it works, and also because I want to help others, because I was actually the person who didn't get help. Another situation was that I would wake up during my dance program. I would wake up one day with pain in my shoulder, like I was screaming out of pain. The next day, it was in my knee. The third day, in my foot. And I went to the doctors, and they checked everything, and they said, well, you're perfectly healthy. So I was like, okay, but how come I'm experiencing so much pain? So again, I had to do the research. I had to help myself. And I realized that it wasn't actually a physical pain, it was a psychic pain. It was that stress that didn't have place to go. So I had to learn and train myself how to release that pain through practices like yoga, like breathing, like meditation.
If any of the guests or the members in this room wanted to come and find you and take one of your yoga classes or breathing classes, is that available, or is it only through private appointment only? Is it for individuals? Is it for groups? Tell me a little bit about where you're at currently professionally that will allow some of these people to actually experience your work.
Yes, so actually I do have private clients. So I go to my clients' places like a building that you have with yoga studio, and I help them through one-on-one coaching. But I also teach classes at Broadway Dance Center, but this is mostly for dancers, so I actually create a program for dancers to prevent them from injuries. But I also offer workshops and wellness workshops for corporations. I worked at members-only clubs and design programs for their well-being. So that's where I work.
All right, you're almost off the hook. Just a few more questions. All right. So let's get a little esoteric here. In a utopian society, what elements of your practice would be incorporated, and what would that society look like as a result? I knew you would like that, Dr. Smurley.
Well,
I did that one all on my own. Yeah. I'm sorry. You're on fire this morning, David Sachs. Wow.
I would use all of my practices really to what Dr. Smerling said about children. I think it's very important to bring mindfulness, to bring meditation to children, to educate them from a very young age, to create a different mindset. So when they get older, they don't need to go to therapy and deal with childhood stuff, because they're already having that
ability to
belief
process.
in themselves. So definitely that.
That was a very good answer. You can just stick with that. Leave us guessing a little bit. But no, that was a beautiful answer. So children is a passion and a thing that you focus on. So
also, yes.
I like to educate people while they're sitting here because, again, we want to try to help you find people to work with and to help. So what are some of the key things in our communication with one another or correspondence with one another in a professional or a personal setting that would trigger, have you considered yoga? Have you considered meditation? Here's why we think you should meet Renata.
Yeah. So definitely people who experience stress, who deal with anxiety, who with overwhelm, burnout, people who are stuck, people who want to really become more healthy on holistic level. So not only physically, but also mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So I'm looking for people also who work, I forgot the name. Corporate, yes. Corporate environment, so I can implement my wellness workshops into the workplace to bring more awareness how employers can support their employees, and it is actually a giver's gain. It is a win-win situation because if an employer supports their employees and create a healthy environment, obviously the employees will be more proactive,
Why do you think Joe Gordon's so good with building sales teams? I mean, come on.
Yes.
All right, last question for everyone, and I think it's a good one. You agreed. As our own little society here in Chapter 1, what would you recommend each of us do as part of our daily practice?
So today I was really inspired by what David was saying about the hag.
David again?
What Arthur was saying about the hag. And I would like to actually tell you and then show you so you can do it for yourself. Something that I created for myself. So basically you take a deep breath in and I want you to really open your arms to the sides. Yes, be mindful of your neighbor. And just close your eyes. So when you take a deep breath in, you open your heart, you open yourself. And then on the exhale, you embrace yourself, you hug yourself. And in here, you say these magical words, like I want you to repeat it mentally. I am sorry.
I am sorry.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I care about you.
I care about you.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I love you.
I love you.
And if you do that to yourself, you will create a totally different harmony within yourself, and then you will create a different environment around you.
Well, we all love you too. That was excellent.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.